Hi Dan, and anybody else who does a lot of sports and might need a little bit more centering and stretching and aligning, lengthening of the spine. Get to the floor in tabletop position, which is this. I've got two directions here for you. All right, now, should you you first wake up, go brush your teeth, go to the bathroom, come back. Now, if your body hurts, don't just, go down painfully, sideways, to the tip. Use a support. Or this one is already the beginning of a stretch in which the umpire position is taken and the hands really, really do support the body. If I let go, I'd fall, right? So my hands are on my knees. Slide the hands down heavily so that the knees push into the arm. This will help with kind of a micro massage. When the fingertips hit the floor, one knee down, other knee down. From tabletop, cat and cow is what we call it. Breathe in, look up, tailbone up. Make a very great dip in the spine. Keep breathing in. Even if you think you're finished breathing in, the arms are straight. Breathe out, chin to the chest, tuck the tailbone. Really get that chin to the chest. Keep breathing out. Breathe in, drop the belly down, look up. You may tuck the toes if you'd like, or leave them out. Breathe out, chin to the throat, and really keep breathing out. Really breathe out, out, out. Now breathe in. Keep breathing in slowly. Try to pace it and go more slowly than you would otherwise. Breathe out, chin to the throat, tailbone down, and one more time. Breathe in, look up, and stop. One leg to the outside. Now, you might not be able to get that leg very high or out, wherever it is where the foot can be down, lean the ribs into that leg and look over the other shoulder. Breathe in, keep leaning, breathe out, look over the other shoulder. This stretch will be felt through the groin and the back. And come back, knee down, other foot out. Lean the ribs into that leg as much as you can. And you know what? It might be way back here. Doesn't matter. You might even play with it a little bit to see where you go. Head one direction, breathing one way. And when the breath is done, the other way, but the lean continues. Come back. A lot of knee problems come from the hips, come from the back. Let's get the back done in 4 directions. Tuck the toes and push the bottom back, 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 back. The knees stay bent. Open the fingers, press through the fingers, and then lift the bottom. Sorry about the wind. And this is called a downward facing dog. The Achilles tendons are being stretched right now. Sorry about the back showing and all of that. And the head drops. Let the heels come down as far as they can. Try not to look like this. If you have your Zoom on, like do this in front of your Zoom or something, then you can kind of watch yourself. Try to keep the bottom up and the back straight. Walk the feet up, possibly bending the knees, making the legs go out. Doesn't matter. In fact, yes, let's bring the legs out. And from the umpire position, hands here, press through the knees. Flat back brings us up. Remember, always a flat back. Culture and age drop us forward. We never need to roll anymore. Always flat back to strengthen the back. Now, this one is vital for every day. The feet come together, the toes touching, possibly the heels apart, doesn't matter. Now, from a straight position, the arms go up. Try to have a mirror so that you can see yourself. The hands are clasped and the pointing fingers are up. The thumbs are crossed. Lift the hands up and have the biceps by the ear. When I started this exercise, my biceps were like this. My muscles were a little too tight. My shoulders were too tight. The aim, even if you can't do it immediately, is to stretch up. The back is straight, the legs are together. And now, this is important. Make sure you have a mirror. We don't want to just bend over like this. We don't just want to bend here. This is not what we're doing. We want to stretch the, I think you'll see this as my right side. And we want to stretch the entire spine this way. So the lower hand, I'll say this is my left hand, hoping that that is what you're seeing, pulls the right hand up. The hips go to the right and the body stays in one plane, shoulders, hips. I'm watching my own video and I had to correct by bringing my lower shoulder forward and coming against that by bringing my outer hip inward, so that is there is a real pull. The lower hand pulling the upper hand up and over, the hips pulling toward the right, and the feet solid on the ground. Now lifting, what we do is ground down through the feet and come up higher than we were. You feel the muscles on that outer side. Now that outer side becomes the inner side. Take your hands and switch the grip. Whereas you took your most comfortable grip, switch it. All the fingers switch. We do this to fight cellular level habit. Hands go up, ears are squeezed by the biceps. Now the hips go out to the other side, which I think you'll see as my left. The lower hand pulls the upper hand up and over. The bottom is tight. The shoulders align. In my case, I have to take my upper shoulder forward a bit and my inner hip, so what I think you're seeing is my right hip, forward, so that there's and then the chin up, and there's that real stretch. Now my spine has stretched to the left and to the right. Now ground down and lift higher than I was. Now you will find yourself at least 1 millimeter taller now. The hands can come down, the elbows bend, and the hands can go on the back with the fingers facing up. This will stretch the tendons in the hands. For today, that's what we'll do. There are other ways to do it. The feet stay together, touching. That's important for the energy. The bottom is tight, and we look up, trying to bring the shoulders back and down. Oh, my phone is ringing. I'm sorry. It's not a duck. The head drops. We breathe. The hips come forward. What we're doing is opening the lower, all of the spine from the front. This never happens. If possible, drop the head. Don't exaggerate it. This will massage the vagus nerve, and that's a really important nerve. Now lengthen to come up. Bend the knees. Really bend the knees, because we've just done a back bend. We're going for a forward fold, and a strong forward fold. So we do it gently and sloppily even. And grab hold of the ankles with strength so that the hands do not dislodge. Pull the face down by pulling the hands up, and then the face into the shins, strengthening and lengthening the legs. Stop whenever you're at your limit and breathe. Now the pull is what is important here. The face should touch the shins eventually, but early in the morning it doesn't. 3, 2, 1. Fingers to the floor, feet separate, hands on the knees, push the knees and flat back with strength in the arms, no strength in the back. Wiggle the tail and come on up, arms up. That is one of the most important poses you can do. After this, to complete the 15 minutes, we come back to, I'm just turning this direction for the video, to the umpire position. The feet as separated as possible, toes out, heels in. Push on the insides of the knee. The thumb is inside, and then let the right, whatever shoulder, I think you'll see this as my left shoulder, going toward my right foot. And look up over the other shoulder. And feel and enjoy this stretch. It's the psoas, it's the ligaments in the back, it's freeing up the back for the day. And push and rise with the flat back always, and the other way. See, my hand is more on the inside, and the right shoulder is moving toward my left foot. Look up over the other shoulder, and enjoy that stretch. Come to midline and come down once again to the floor into a prone position. I'm going to turn this way so that you can see it, and this is important. With the knees on the floor, bring the bottom up and come to a plank position. If you look in your mirror, you can kind of see, is the bottom up or is it truly plank? The bottom is tight, the belly is tight, the arms are straight, elbows in, slowly come down to the mat, very slowly. From here, and this is a very important pose. Chin is on the mat, hands come back, grasp the hands, and pull the body up by lifting the hands. This will engage the shoulders. Might be really hard. Belly is tight, bottom is tight. And now release the hands under the shoulders. I don't know if you can see me. I can't really see myself. The feet are together and pointing the toes or tucking the toes, doesn't really matter. Lift the chest without the hands. The hands are just stable. And the shoulders go back, elbows go down. Now this is strengthening the back to open the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Push the chest and come up. And this is a lovely hip opener. Knees separated, toes back together, hands forward, fingers separated, forehead to the mat. Now, the bottom might be way up here when you begin, but with time, it will come back down to the heels. And that's what we want. The forehead on the mat will start your day off by engaging the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus, regulating the hormones. You can roll the head a little bit. Stay here for a few breaths. And look up, come to the knees. One more time, tabletop, cat and cow, tucking, and keep it slow. The breath in as we look up, and the breath out as the chin goes to the throat, tailbone goes down. Look over one shoulder and bring that hip over to meet the eye gaze. 3, 2, 1. Look over the other shoulder, bring that hip toward the eye line. 3, 2, 1. Sit on the toes. Now this is important for the feet. We rarely really stretch the feet, and this is the best foot stretcher that we have, all right? So sitting here, arms up. Now bring one elbow under the other. Let's say the right under the left. Then if possible, the hands together. Now if not, grab hold of the thumb or take a towel or a belt or something. And looking straight ahead, you'll feel the stretch in the back of the shoulders. Breathe in, lift the elbows while pulling the hands forward. Stay here for at least 15 seconds. Breathing in and out. Now bring the elbows down, but the hands still pulling forward. And release. The toes might be complaining, so come forward, kick the feet out, wiggle the head and tail, knees, toes come under, hands up, and now the left elbow or the other elbow under, the hands come together, and the elbows, this time we're going down first, the neck is open. 3, 2, 1. Now lift the elbows, pulling the hands forward. 3, slow breaths and conscious breaths. That will drop the stress level. Whenever we consciously focus on the breath, we drop the stress level and release the hands. To stand, once again, one foot out, give a lean into that leg just for the fun of it. It feels so nice. Let's do the other side. Lean into the other leg. And now fingertips on the ground, toe on the ground. Push through the feet and fingers and turn, hands on the legs, and only with a flat back and strength of the arms, or simply with a flat back, come up, feet together. Hands to the heart. Breathe in, close the eyes, and maybe set an intention for the day. Focus on the breath. Namaste. I hope you have a great day, and that would be something to do every day.